pecans
and pecans.
Yes, chard and pecans. It's been one of those days, but that is fine. What goes into this recipe is half a cup of pecans, a pound of angel hair pasta, a fourth a cup of olive oil, 4 garlic cloves, a half a teaspoon of aleppo pepper, or red pepper flakes, a bunch of chard, a tablespoon of lemon juice, a third a cup of basil, and we're also going to be putting some chicken into it. So I'm going to start by mincing up half a cup of pecans, which I'm going to use the proper knife for. There we go. How was your day, Ben, Jesse? Is the camera catching me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. If you open the window, or the blinds, there will be more light.
That's true. It is dark today.
It is. Okay, not a lot more light. That didn't really change at all. That's okay.
More light right there, actually, would be all of these lights over here.
Yes, that helps tremendously. Okay, let's see how much pecan that was. About a third cup. If I end up going a little bit overboard on the pecans, that's okay, right?
Mm-hmm. Pecans are delicious.
Pecans are delicious. There we go. That look good to you? Okay. Next for the chard.
Probably should wash that. I don't think we have yet.
That's true. Always good to wash your produce. You don't mind if I get the counter wet, right?
No.
I did just clean the counter earlier today, so.
Mm-hmm.
This bit is going to take a little bit, since we want to chop up the stems separate, more or less, from the leaves.
This isn't super thick. Chard, you really just can't go chop.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of the bigger varieties of chard, you definitely have to dig the stems out all the way up the leaves, but these ones really
One second.
aren't like that.
I want to cut off these.
You can also pulp. Okay.
No. Fancy that.
This is covered in dirt. Wash it again.
Let's just throw it out. It's the base of them. Some of the bases of them have dirt. Wow. Yeah.
Separate the bundle.
Yeah.
Wash every stem. Oh, yeah. Every stem. Good
Well,
grief.
Yeah, there was some dirt connected to the base of it, which I had just cut off. just now. Can you just hold that bundle for a second? Okay. Let me rinse these off. Better? Okay. You know, that's just a trash piece. The nice thing about this dish is you end up with a very colorful dish at the end. Especially if you use rainbow chard instead of the more traditional red or green chard. Okay. Here, I'll let you just... I'll just scoot all that over there. I'm going to need a bowl. Or 2 bowls, as the case may be, but let's start with one.
Matt doesn't like stems in his vegetables, so he separates them and cuts them into tiny pieces so they can get cooked thoroughly. Normal people who actually eat vegetables can just kind of skip this step and rough chop the chard, which will mean the leaves are wilty and the stems are not very wilty in the final dish, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I definitely prefer to have
a consistent texture
a consistent texture throughout, yes.
I feel like that's smaller pieces than you normally do.
It is. We'll go some with the chicken, and it'll be good. I kind of started mincing them, and then
remembered that that's not what you're supposed to do for this recipe.
Yeah, but you gotta have
okay.
even.
You can just put them in halfway through cooking the chicken. That way they won't be complete mush at the end.
I think that if we put them in, I'm going to cut the chicken small too.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So that we have nice, even bites of things. Minced chicken. I'm not actually going to mince the chicken.
No, that would be weird.
That would. That.
Less tiny for that, please.
There we go. Like that.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to grab a bowl for that. Oh, we should have water starting to boil.
Yeah.
Should we do that?
I already did.
That's okay. You can close up that. Bowl for the chard leaves. Next.
No. Chop those first.
Okay. We are using a mix of sweet and Thai basil. Thai basil
It's super strong.
is super strong and slightly bitter.
But we have lots of it in the freezer.
Yeah.
So we use it.
I am mincing this.
Yeah.
sweet basil comes from a little sweet basil plant that we've had for almost a full year now.
Yeah. It'll be a full year in May.
Yep. So, which is definitely longer than those tend to live for.
Longer than people tend to keep them for, because they generally,
Yeah,
harvest
generally
basil
harvest
regularly.
them.
We haven't been doing that because you feel bad plucking leaves off the plant.
I do.
I can do it. You can't.
Let's see. Do the garlic next. Garlic will go with that stuff in the cooking process. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Using pickled garlic that I pickled last year. Pickled garlic is great.
It just smells strong.
It does smell very strongly, but you end up with a much softer garlic and also a way more mellow taste. Definitely not cutting as fast as normal tonight because I've been a little bit slow with everything today. That is okay.
It's a lot of garlic.
Do you want to put one back?
I do.
Say a lot of garlic like it's a bad thing.
For me, it is.
I think that they mean smaller cloves in this.
I think they do. Those are very large cloves of garlic. Just looking at it, it's like, wow, that's as much as the basil and pecans put together almost. My brain goes, no.
That's okay. Okay.
Does that go in at the same time as the basil?
No,
Oh, you were going to put it in.
I'm going to put it in with that. Because that and the chicken will go in together. And sounds like water is almost getting ready to boil. How many breasts do we want? 2, 3, 4.
How many's in there?
6 total. Right? Let's do 3 then. You can, wait till it's at a full boil for putting in the noodles. Too much hair these days. Soon I will be able to get a haircut. I love having a nice sharp knife for doing things like that. Making the chicken into centimeter cubes. Which is going to
Simplify cooking.
it's going to simplify cooking. And it's also going to mix up really nicely with the rest of the ingredients.
Matt's not the type of person that likes chunky stuff. So having a nice bite of just everything all at once mixed in with your noodles in roughly the same size pieces is his preference.
Yep. You could definitely do this, with different size chicken or without chicken at all. Originally, the recipe did not have any protein in it.
Well, pecans are sort of protein, aren't they? They're nuts. They're not real, good for you protein, but they're still technically protein.
I suppose. Let me rephrase. The recipe did not have any animal protein.
There you go.
There we go.
How long do these noodles cook for?
I don't know. It was in another language with the cooking instructions, but probably 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
And then check them. For the angel hair pasta for this, we are using some Asian noodles from the Asian market.
Because we don't have the angel hair.
Because we don't have any European angel hair pasta. And other than a much higher sugar content, or not sugar content, salt content,
They're basically.
okay. That should be everything. Yes, that should be everything chopped. So, I'm going to carefully move the camera. That's pretty good, right? Yeah. Okay, I am going to start by roasting the pecan. So set it to medium heat. These are only actually going to take between 3 and 4 minutes. To roast, yes.
These noodles are going to get kind of funky. I'll rinse them really well this time, so it won't be partly well again.
Yeah, you'll want to, for those ones, you'll want to rinse them very well. Normally in doing a dish like this, you'll want to wait till the dish is farther along before you start cooking the noodles. But that is okay. They will be fine. Your kitchen will begin to smell like delicious, delicious pecans. It's important to move them around from time to time so that they don't start burning on one side, because they will very quickly go from delicious to burned. You take your eyes. If you take your eyes off of them, things tend to go weird. You might want to give the noodles a stir. I am probably not going to actually roast these, or I'm not going to roast these for the whole 3 to 4 minutes. Because I have some of the pieces chopped very small.
And some of them very big.
Yeah. I did not do the best job chopping these. That is okay. I will find a way to survive. Ah. Little bit of olive oil. It's It's okay if there's a couple of pecan pieces still in there. Because the juice of the chicken will help them stay hydrated. So the chard stems, the garlic, and the chicken all go in. Grab a spatula. There we go. I like to get it all mixed up very thoroughly and then spread into a single layer. So I can let it just sit for a moment and then flip it. Oh, the aleppo pepper should go in with that as well. Half of a teaspoon. Oh, yes. You planned ahead. I had forgotten to add this. It is half a teaspoon of the aleppo pepper. We like to use aleppo pepper because it tastes like red pepper flakes minus the heat. Jesse is not the biggest fan of spicy, which is fine because I am only somewhat a fan of spiciness. Turn up the heat a little bit on this. Hold that tight. I'm going to grab a drink of water. Those noodles are going to work very well with this.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's quite a lot of them. They expand more than I thought they would.
That's okay. We have an appropriate amount of other stuff to go in it. Is that about halfway cooked?
Since everything kind of turned pink with the chard, I really couldn't tell you.
I believe so. I'm going to put in the chard leaves at this point.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm going to go ahead and put in the basil at this point too.
Yeah, it should probably get some cooking.
Yes, since we are using the Thai basil, it wants a bit of cooking. If you were using just sweet basil, it could
just go in
at the end.
But
The nuts and the lemon.
Thai basil does better with just a little bit of cook.
Yes. And by better, I mean edible.
It's edible without cooking. It's just really, really strong.
Yes, it is definitely a strong spice. Herb, yes, thank you. And I wouldn't turn down the heat quite that far. where the tray was.
Well, it's not technically from last week. That's from having the tray on.
Yeah, from having the tray there. Last week we made baklava, and there's a little bit of honey from where the tray was sitting.
Because there's still a couple pieces of baklava left.
Still just a few left.
Which are technically all mine, but I'm not going to be able to eat them. So feel free to have one or two more.
Okay, I will take you off on that then. That'll be a nice dessert later tonight. Okay, those are looking cooked.
Okay.
So, sprinkle in the previously roasted pecans and a tablespoon of lemon juice. Let you mix that up for a moment, and I'll bring you the noodles.
And the noodles, since I rinsed them very thoroughly in cold water so they didn't continue cooking while we waited, are going to be quite cold. So we will actually have to, like, give it a minute back in here to warm up.
So, those are cold noodles. Do you need tongs?
No, it's just
Okay.
funny.
I'm aware that wasn't the most practical way to do that, but it was the most fun. So sometimes cooking is more about having fun than doing things quote unquote right.
As long as it's edible at the end.
As long as it's edible at the end, yes. As I said, you end up with a very colorful dish at the end.
Very red in this case.
Yes, very red in this case. That is definitely a reason to go with the rainbow chard.
What, if you don't want it to be red?
If you don't want it to just be red.
Well,
be
it's
more
red
colorful.
and green and brownish,
Uh-huh.
but it is more colorful.
Noodles reheated.
Also,
Okay. Grab bowls for us. That's a little warm there. Might turn off the heat.
now I am going to need a different implement to get this out of here.
That is
How about a
perfectly
nice
fine.
spoon with you know,
That guy?
teeth? Yes.
Gotta love the teeth.
There we go.
Excellent. Heat is bring up to the camera closer. There's the camera. So there we go. Delicious chard pasta. Well, we hope that you enjoyed following along with us, and we'll see you next time.